Hi everybody, this is Reebok Shaq back another day with another unboxing. Today I'm finally gonna go through the shoes that I've been looking forward the most. And this is the pair of shoes that should have been the easiest to get. I mean, Reebok, there is no hype about Reebok today in general, and absolutely not here in Europe. And the Reebok Shaq Attaq has been released before a couple of times since they were first released in 1992. But for some reason, Reebok Europe hasn't had my size. They have only had, let me see now. I'm pretty sure that they only have up to size 45 for some stupid reason. And one thing that I'm a bit worried about here is that I want to remember Shaq shoes as kind of big. I have a bunch of them. Kamikaze. Oh, that's Sean Kemp. Ah, never mind. I got a bunch of them. I was a huge Reebok fan earlier. I have always been like anti-hype. So of course everybody loved Michael Jordan back in the days and today. So that made me a Reebok guy for that reason. Plus, when we moved in 1993, so I might have had a shoes in 1993 at first. I don't remember if I had them in 1992. Anyway, so I was the big guy in school. I have always been large and tall and big. So I was the big guy. So I was the Shaq. So that made me absolutely love Shaq. I am still a huge fan of Shaquille O'Neal. And back then, Reebok was the basketball brand. I mean, they had Shaquille O'Neal were the first signed basketball player. Then they had Sean Kemp, Allen Iverson, and I had all the shoes. Even back then, I had them all. So Jordans, of course, it was a safe bet, but everybody had or loved Jordan. So I was a Reebok guy. And I remember, at least in 1993, having these, and everybody wanted to try them because of the pump. And it was just magical. It was just something very special to have. And everybody, even when I had the shoes on me, they wanted to pump and try. And so this is 30 years of waiting. Yeah, so that was the point I was trying to get to. I've been wanting the shoes before. They have been released before. And according to the reviewers, the earlier releases has been much better in leather quality. But the earlier releases now on StockX and Goat, they're like $400 or $500, and I'm not paying that. And yeah, the leather is cheap, kind of poor, but they also cost €50 less than a pair of Jordans. But yes, it should have been better leather. I can absolutely agree on that. So I'm jumping over myself. I am a bit worried because Reebok US 12 is a European 45.5. And I am absolutely a 46, which is the Nike US 12. So I am a bit worried about sizing. And then next size that wasn't available here in Europe is 47. So I don't know. Are these too small for me? Let's find out. But the shoes and Shaq and everything, it's a bit much maybe for a old man like me to wear. But these are so nostalgic. as they can be. I remember, I don't know if it was like the first time I had them or maybe it's the first time washing them, but I remember being in 1993, I was like 11 years old, 10, 11 years old, and cleaning them shoes and just realizing how much I love them. So yeah, this is special to me, really special. And the other Reebok shoes that I had back then, like Iverson, the Answer, yeah, and some other Iverson shoes and Sean Kemp shoes. It would be fun to have them today, but they don't look good. Like the black and gold Iverson Answer that are coming now quite soon. I had them for a long time. I was even in a movie with those shoes on me. But today, nah, I don't care about that at all. And I, once again, just talking about myself. Back then, I also had the Chris Webber Nike. Those were the most expensive shoes back then. I'm pretty sure they were even more expensive than the Foamposites. They were released a couple of years ago without the Chris Webber name on them, and I didn't get them because I thought they were boring. And I regret that so much, so much. But these look so cool. But yes, the leather should be better, absolutely. And I don't understand why they are not available in size 46. I just hope that they will fit me. They look kind of small. It feels stupid to say, but they do look kind of small. So I'm hoping that they are a bit large in size. Everybody says that they are true to size, which means that I'm gonna miss that half size. And if I'm going to get the 47 instead, which I'm pretty sure that I have in the are they called Kamikaze? Yeah, Shaq Kamikaze. Yeah, never mind. And those 47 are really large. So I am a true 46. But yeah, and people have been complaining about the pump not working. And where is the release? The release valve should be on the side. I don't remember how these work, and there are no instructions. But Reebok Shaq Attaq, first release in 1992. That's 30 years ago. We have a Shaq logo on the box. Shaq owns that logo himself. Shaq is a huge man in many ways. When he had his own signature line of shoes at Reebok, he met an angry mom that yelled at him for his shoes being so expensive. So he went to Reebok, just gave up millions, and signed off and started his own cheap brand. What a great thing to do. So that Reebok are still releasing these with the Shaq own logo. I don't know how that works, but I'm happy. I'm really happy to have these. I would remember them to be more clumsy, but 30 years ago, or 29, and I had them for a while, so 28 years ago. But I was a little kid back then, but playing basketball was the tallest kid in school, actually. There was a skinny kid, just slightly taller. No, I was the tallest one in school. I'm pretty sure. I grew a lot from like 5th grade to 9th grade. So yeah, I was the tallest, the biggest. I was the Shaq of my teenage years. So I love them. I absolutely love them. So let's try them on. I've been talking way too much. I'm just a little bit worried. Let's see. Could have been better quality. The earlier releases, everybody says that they have better leather, but they go for stupid resale prices. Check them out, $400 or $500. I'm absolutely not paying that. So I'm happy with these, and I'm gonna wear them like once or twice in 10 years. I'm mostly just happy to have them in my collection, because to me, these are as nostalgic as a pair of shoes can be. This means a lot to me. 30 years, and I remember people wanted to do the pump, and they thought like, I'm pretty sure that the release button were somewhere, and they acted like if they quickly touched the release button, the shoes would fall off or something. Kind of lightweight. Yeah, great shoe. And when it comes to the technology, Reebok was better than Nike back then. This is not carbon fiber, it is something very similar, but they were first with that. The first Jordans must have been the 11 with carbon fiber plate. Yes, it's not carbon fiber, it's something else, but very similar to carbon fiber. So Nike stole a couple of things from Reebok back then. So I was absolutely a Reebok guy. Today I love Nike, I love Jordan brand, because they have better quality, better sizes, better available. But yeah, I'm a huge Shaq fan. As an adult man, 40 years old, I can honestly tell you that Shaquille O'Neal is one of the very few role models I've had in my life and still have. So yeah, thank you for this. This video is already way too long, but I could talk so much more about these sneakers. I've always hated to tie my laces, so the whole pump thing sounded so great to me. But I remember being kind of disappointed over that. I hardly used the pump function. And today they say that the pump function is even worse than before. And for you that don't know what the Reebok pump is, I hope you've seen the Sean Kemp dunk contest where he pumps the shoes before dunking. But in general, or the simplification of it, is that you tie your shoes tight, as you should, and to keep or to get the perfect fitment, you pump them. And the only thing that the pump does is to make the tongue thicker, so the shoes will feel even tighter. But I don't feel anything at all on these. Nothing at all. And I want to remember it did some difference. But the fitment is good. Yes, they are a half a size too tight for me, as expected, but I can wear them, absolutely. So they are true to size. Feels a lot clumsier and uncomfortable on foot than in hand. So it's not a nice shoe to wear all day, but they look super cool. And the pump function, I don't know how to release it. I don't know why it doesn't work. Okay, there I had the release valve, but it was a minor difference. So the Reebok pump is used for fun today. And once again, for me that doesn't like to tie my laces, to have them something like this open, and if I want them tighter, I would just pump it. So the idea is nice, but yeah, it is a reason why they stopped doing it. And I'm pretty sure that the later Shaq shoes, or was it Nike? I think it was maybe both. They had a pump that you had loose in your hand and pump the shoes with. So a much bigger pump. But the thing was that you never had that with you. So yeah, I'm very glad to have them, very happy. Very clumsy, but still. And I would prefer half a size larger. I'm having some issues with my foot and leg now, but it can work. And the laces are really as loose as possible now. But yeah, it's the right foot, and I have some problems with it now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like and everything.